Here are the green cards for 10th edition that I have, part of the lot that I've made videos for each color. I will not trouble you with the details that I've shown in the blue, black, and white videos. Here's Merry Cat Warrior. It's a 3/2/3, one of the two green legendaries. It's got First Strike, Forest Walk, and Vigilance. Of course, one of the things that I love about the core set, especially 10th edition, is how much care they took to explain to a new player what each one of the abilities meant. Spined Worm, it's a 5/5/4 vanilla. Really like the artwork. Birds of Paradise, which I think goes all the way to limited edition alpha, was put into the set. A great card, 1/0/1 with flying, and when you tap it, you can add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. That any is what makes Birds of Paradise such a great creature, in my opinion. Sky Shroud Ranger is a 1/1/1. When you tap it, you may put a land card from your hand into play. Play this ability only anytime you could play a sorcery. Stalking Tiger has just gorgeous artwork, 4/3/3, and it cannot be blocked by more than one creature. Joiner Adept, it's a 2/2/1 rare, and the lands you control have, when you tap them, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. That should be very useful. Rudwala, 3-drop lizard, 3/2/2. You add 2 more mana, and it gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and you can play the ability only once per turn. Root Maze has beautiful artwork. It's another rare enchantment 1-drop. Artifacts and lands come into play tapped. That can hurt you as much as it hurts your opponents. You have to be careful. Rampant Growth, which has been reprinted many times, is a sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card and put that card into play tapped. Then shuffle your library. I think this is very similar to, I'm forgetting that other card, I'm sorry. Upwelling is a rare 4-drop. Mana pools don't empty at the end of phases or turns. I'd love to play this card just to see what it does. That must mean that at some point everyone's got this gigantic amount of mana laying around. Rushwood Dryad is a 2/2/1 with Forest Walk, a creature common. Scion of the Wild is a 3-drop, and its power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. That can be all of a 1/1, so it's a rare, but you'd have to be careful with it. Pincher Beetles is a 3/3/1 with Shroud, and it's common. Blanche Wood Armor is a 3-drop enchantment aura, and the enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each forest you control. Obviously made for mono green. Naturalize, which has been reprinted many times. Destroy target artifact or enchantment for 2. Carplusian Strider is a 4/3/4 creature, and it cannot be the target of blue or black spells. So blue spells would stop it from being played. Black spells would likely destroy it. Natural Spring is a 5-drop sorcery, and target player gains 8 life. Very late playing game card, that's why it's common. Tangle Spider, which I think has really nice artwork. It's a 6/3/4 with flash and reach in the long tradition of fatties that green has. Overgrowth is a 3-drop enchantment aura. Whenever enchanted land, so it's for lands only. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds 2 of green mana to his or her mana pool. Sylvan Scrying, which I believe is a modern staple, is a 2-drop sorcery. Search your library for a land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. Llanowar Sentinel, pretty cool artwork, I think, especially the background. 3/2/3. When it comes into play, you may pay 1 and green. If you do, search your library for another card like this one and put that card into play. That's not bad. There's actually a card very similar to this one that's red-green Gruul in Return to Ravnica. I think it's in Gatecrash, because that's what Gruul is. Recollect, 3-drop sorcery. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Llanowar Elves, a card that deserves no introduction. a mainstay of the core set and of many decks. 1 drop, 1/1/1. When you tap it, you add green to your mana pool. Regeneration, 2 drop. For 1 green, you regenerate enchanted creature. Caval Climber is a 5/3/3, and when it comes into play, you get to draw a card, which is not common in green. Overrun, clearly with 3 green mana intended for mono green, 5 drop. Creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. Not bad, but it's a 5 drop. Grizzly Bears, 2/2/2 vanilla. Not much to say about that. Might Weaver, 2/2/1, uncommon. When you pay 2 more, target red or white creature gains trample until end of turn. That means this is either a Gruul or a Celestia card. Giant Spider has reach, and it's a 4/2/4. Giant Growth, which has been reprinted many times. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Lure, it's a 3 drop. And an enchant creature. All creatures able to block enchanted creature do so. Can be a magnet for your opponent's cards if you put it on some fatty. Commune with Nature, a 1-drop sorcery. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So you can tutor for a creature card from, well, not really tutor, because it'd have to be the top 5 cards of your library, but 5 is a good number. It's better than 4 with index. Hunted Wumpus, 4/6/6. It's got to have a drawback. When it comes into play, each other player may put a creature card from his or her hand into play. Wow. I would play this with black and make sure that I've forced my opponent to discard everything in their hands. Elvish Berserker is a 1/1/1, and when it becomes blocked, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature blocking. Usually it'll be just 1 because it's a 1/1/1. Femora Archers is a 3/2/2. When you tap it, deals 4 damage to target attacking creature with flying. Very situational. Crawl Worm, I really like the artwork, 6/6/4 vanilla. Enormous Ballast, 7/7/7 vanilla. Of course, green gets all the fatties. Civic Wayfinder is a 3/2/2. When it comes into play, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand. If you do, shuffle your library. I think there's a card just like this in Avacyn Restored with a different name, but I can't remember it. Elven Riders, 5/3/3, cannot be blocked except by walls and are creatures with flying. Little situational there. Canopy Spider, 2/1/3 with reach. Creeping Mold, 4, sorcery. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. Not bad. Aggressive Urge, 2-drop instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and you draw a card. Drawing a card can't be bad. Here's a Saberling token that comes with 10th edition. And then we've got a couple more cards. I just slide them over here. Viridian Shaman, 3/2/2. And if I'm correct, Viridian Shaman is also considered a modern staple. I could be wrong. When it comes into play, destroy target artifact. That could be very useful. Blanche Wood Armor is a 3-drop enchantment aura. Enchantment creature gets +1/+1 for each forest you control. Oh, I think I've mentioned this card already. Yami Maya Enchantress, 3/2/2, gets +1/+1 for each enchantment in play. Sylvan Basilisk, 5/2/4. When it becomes blocked by a creature, destroy that creature. Not bad, but it's a 5-drop. That's pretty heavy. Treetop Village is the uncommon green that becomes a 3/3 green ape creature with trample until end of turn, and it is still a land. Wall of Wood, which I love the artwork. It's Defender 0/3 for 1. Really like the artwork on this card. Treetop Bracers is enchant. I think I read this card already, but I'm going to read it again. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and can be blocked except by creatures with flying. 2-drop. And then Avatar of Might, which I don't have the regular card, but I happen to have it's a rare foil for whatever it's worth. And if an opponent controls at least 4 more creatures than you, Avatar of Might costs 6 less to play with trample. Great to play, but you're probably about to take a gigantic beating if your opponent controls at least 4 more creatures than you do. That can't be a good situation.